Before we talk about the sign that shows your divine masculine is coming back, let's first take a step back and understand why this sign even matters. The twin flame journey is not an ordinary love story. It's not about two people coming together because it looks good or feels good. This is a soul deep connection, and everything that happens along the way has a purpose. Every separation, every silence, every trigger, it all exists to push both of you to grow. When your divine masculine pulls away, it's not random. It's not because you're not enough. It's because his soul is screaming for growth. And sometimes that means retreating to deal with fears, wounds, and old patterns. In those moments, you might feel abandoned. You might feel like everything fell apart. But here's the truth. The separation phase is where the real transformation happens for both of you. During this time, you're learning self-love in ways you never imagined. You're learning to stand on your own, to find wholeness within yourself instead of looking for it in someone else. That's the core of the twin flame journey, coming back home to yourself. And when you do that, everything changes. Your energy shifts. You start to attract everything that aligns with that new version of you, including your twin flame. So when I say there's a sign that your divine masculine is coming back, it's not just a random symbol. It's a reflection of what's happening within you. Because this journey is energy first, physical second. When you heal, when you balance your energy, when you release the fear and control, the outer world responds, and that's when the sign appears. Now let's dive in. What is this sign? Why does it matter? And how do you recognize it when it shows up? We're going to break it down piece by piece, so by the end, you'll not only know the sign, but also understand why it means everything is about to shift. Here's what most people don't realize. Before the divine masculine comes back physically, something happens in the energy. This is the first big sign, and you'll feel it before you see it. You might wake up one day and realize that the heavy weight on your chest is gone. That constant longing, that desperate need to know what he's doing or if he's thinking about you, it starts to fade. Not because you stopped caring, but because you finally reached a place of peace within yourself. This shift is massive. Why? Because the more you focus on needing him to return, the more you push that energy away. It's like telling the universe, I don't have this yet, and that energy of lack keeps you in separation. But the moment you release it, the moment you stop trying to control the outcome, the energy opens up. That's when things start to move. You'll know this shift has happened when your thoughts about him feel calm, not chaotic. You think of him and smile instead of cry. You don't check his social media every hour. You don't obsess over timelines. Instead, you trust the process because deep down, you know the connection is real and nothing can break it. When this inner calm shows up, it's not just random. It's a sign your energy is aligning, and that alignment calls him back. It's like a silent invitation he can feel without words. He might not know why, but something in him will feel drawn to you again. That's why this energy shift matters so much. It's the starting point for everything else. This sign is subtle but powerful. You no longer feel like half of a soul waiting for its other half. You feel complete, whole, enough, just as you are. In the beginning of the twin flame journey, it's easy to feel like you can't breathe without them, like life has no meaning unless they're by your side. But that's an illusion the ego creates, not the truth of your soul. The truth is, you were always whole. You've never been incomplete. Your twin flame isn't here to complete you. They're here to reflect your wholeness back to you. And when you finally realize that, something magical happens. You stop chasing. You stop begging the universe for signs. You stop feeling desperate for their presence. Instead, you start living. This sense of completion often shows up in small ways first. Maybe you start enjoying your own company more. Maybe you pick up a hobby you've always wanted to try. Maybe you look in the mirror, and for the first time in a long time, you actually like what you see. Not because of how you look, but because of how you feel. There's a confidence, a lightness, a sense of peace that wasn't there before. When you hit this stage, it sends a strong signal to your twin flame. Because the energy that kept you stuck in separation, the energy of neediness, fear, and control, is gone. And when that energy disappears, the masculine feels safe to come forward again. Because now, instead of feeling pressured or trapped, He feels free to love you without fear. This one can feel almost supernatural, but it's real. Before your divine masculine physically returns, you'll feel his energy around you. You might feel like he's thinking about you, and it's not just in your head. You can sense it because on a soul level, he is. You might feel warm waves of love out of nowhere. You might even feel like he's standing right next to you, even though he's miles away. Some people notice this through dreams. You start having vivid dreams where you're together, laughing, talking, reconnecting. Others feel it during meditation or quiet moments. You could be washing dishes, and suddenly his energy washes over you so strongly it takes your breath away. That's not your imagination. That's the connection syncing up again. Why does this happen? Because before anything happens in the physical, it happens in the energetic. When he's preparing to come back, his soul reaches out to yours. It's like a silent handshake, a signal that says, I'm on my way. And when you feel it, you'll know. There's no anxiety, no doubt, just a calm, deep knowing that something is shifting. When your divine masculine is close to coming back, the universe starts dropping hints all around you. These aren't random moments, they're signals. You might see repeating numbers like 1111, 222, 7 and 17 on clocks, receipts, license plates, or even in the most unexpected places. You might hear his name pop up in conversations, or see it in a book or on a billboard. Or maybe a song that holds meaning for you too plays out of nowhere when you're not even thinking about him. These synchronicities feel like little nudges, like the universe whispering, something is shifting. And honestly, they can show up so often that it almost feels like the universe is screaming at you to pay attention. But here's what you need to know. These signs don't make things happen. They reflect what's already happening in the energy. They're like a mirror, showing you that change is on the way because your alignment is getting stronger. Think of it like this. You don't see these signs by accident. You notice them because you're tuned in, and your energy is syncing up with the vibration of reunion. So when the signs start flooding in, it's a good indication that something big is about to unfold. Now pay close attention to how these signs make you feel. If you see 1111 and feel calm, hopeful, and excited, that's perfect. That means you're in alignment. But if these signs make you anxious or push you into checking his social media obsessively, that's a signal to slow down. It means there's still a little inner work to do because the signs should bring peace, not panic. And here's something important. Don't get caught in the trap of chasing signs. Some people see a sign and start waiting by the phone or refreshing their messages, hoping for a text. That's not the energy that brings union. The best thing you can do when you see these synchronicities is acknowledge them with gratitude, smile, and keep focusing on your own growth and joy. The signs are beautiful confirmations, but they're not the destination. They're just reminders that you're on the right path. So when you notice these synchronicities everywhere, take it as encouragement. It means the connection is activating again. The energy between you two is moving, and a physical reunion is much closer than it feels. This one often catches people off guard. Before your divine masculine fully comes back, you might start noticing him popping up in small but meaningful ways. It might start with something as simple as him liking one of your posts after months of complete silence. Or maybe he views your story and you think, that's odd. Then suddenly, there's a message. Hey, how have you been? And it feels so random. But trust me, it's not random at all. Sometimes it's even more surprising. You might bump into him at the grocery store, at a cafe, or on the street when you least expect it. You could meet a mutual friend who casually mentions him in conversation, which is another way the universe keeps weaving him back into your awareness. These little moments are like warm-up rounds before the real reconnection happens. They're small openings that test the waters, almost like the universe saying, let's see how you both handle this now. And here's the key. When this happens, don't lose your grounding. It's easy to get swept up in excitement and rush back into old patterns, chasing, overgiving, or trying to force the relationship back into place. That energy will push things away again. Instead, stay calm. Respond with kindness, but also with self-respect. Don't drop everything to prove your worth. Remember, the reason he's showing up now is because your energy has shifted. You've done the work. You've stepped into your power. That healed, balanced version of you is magnetic, and that's what's pulling him back. So keep that energy alive. Continue living your life. Continue choosing yourself first. Because when you hold that energy, you create the space for the connection to rebuild in a healthy, balanced way. This isn't about proving anything or rushing into a reunion. It's about letting things unfold naturally from a place of mutual love and respect. That's what makes the return permanent. When your divine masculine is about to return, it's never by chance. It's not luck. It's the result of everything you've been working on, your healing, your surrender, your growth. The signs you see are just reflections of the alignment you've created within yourself. The truth is, the biggest sign isn't outside of you at all, it's inside. It's that calm sense of knowing that you'll be okay no matter what. It's the peace that replaces panic, the trust that replaces doubt. When you reach that place, everything changes. Because from there, you're not just attracting him back, you're creating the foundation for a union that lasts. This journey isn't easy. It will stretch you, break you open, and rebuild you. But every step has meaning. Every trigger, every separation, every sign is leading you back to the core truth. You were always whole, you were always worthy, and your connection is unbreakable, no matter how far apart you feel. So when you see these signs, when synchronicities flood your life, when he starts reappearing in little ways, don't panic. Don't overthink. Smile, because it means the love that felt so far away is finding its way back. And not just any love, the kind of love that changes everything.